we're black. And we're going right to the Truth Talk text lines. We've got DJ. She is on line 1. Great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You're hearing the discussion. What's your truth this morning?
Hey, good morning.
Great morning.
I think one of the things that concern me is that we often we evaluate the things that govern us in a way that negates the fact that it's built on a racist structure. And so we expect for us to be safe and represented in categories like our interactions with law enforcement. And it's unrealistic for us to Damien's point, is it's unrealistic for us to say that we expect for law enforcement, we need to inform law enforcement of how we show up. That's not realistic. The ask shouldn't be that, oh, I have to tell you that I have mental health issues. You should actually be demanding that we're treated as human beings in all instances. And so what happens is that we have these conversations as a community about not, like to your point, you said not protecting each other, or we're not protecting. But what happens is then we protect law enforcement, or we protect these things that govern us that don't actually represent us. So it's like taxation without representation, that old conversation. And so what we really need to do is offer our communities a little bit more grace and put more emphasis on saying, you're asking for me to show up better than white people show up, and then you treat me worse than you treat white people in these situations. And so I ask that when we speak about our communities, that we're honest about the fact that we're addressing a symptom of racism and not the actual structure, and saying that the structure itself needs to be addressed and fixed before we say this symptom is why our communities are being harmed. So that's it for me.
All right. Thank you very much for your call.
Thank you, DJ. You sound like a savage. You sound like you have savagery. You think like a savage, and I say that in a good way. And when I say think like a savage, I mean, you're attacking the issue at hand without any type of. So those who say, "Oh, you told her she was a savage," no, I'm saying she's attacking it like a savage. She's going after it, and she's not holding back. That's what I'm saying, and I agree with what you said.
Yeah,
savage.
And for the most part, I agree. But I also say that people are not mind readers. If you come to a scene and someone is still waving a gun around, and they're saying, hey, drop the weapon. Now, the other scenarios that we talked about, Dame, are absolutely correct. Like, if you're going to go to Billy that way, come to me that way.
That's what I'm saying.
But when you got some situations, and to say that they're supposed to be able to just quickly on the spot in split second mentally determine that, oh, this person is having a mental episode or a mental crisis, but at the same time aiming the gun and waving it recklessly, that you're going to say, you know what, no, let's just calm down. We want to give you your medicine, this, that, and the other. No, you got to deal with those situations. When it's the other situations that you were talking about that I said, I absolutely agree that we should get the Billy. We should be able to get that. But there are some situations where, again, I don't think that you're able to sit there and try to assess that.
That's their job
on
though.
The spot.
That's their job.
With a person waving a gun
That's
around?
That's your job. You're
with
trained.
A person waving a gun around.
You're trained as an officer to assess the situation. You've been trained.
And they're not listening to commands.
Listen, you can't go in and shoot first.
No, they didn't shoot first.
Even if you're yelling and saying, he's got a gun. Yeah. We've got situations.
I'm not talking about the ones shooting first.
We've got proven situations where that's what they do.
Yeah,
so
in some.
We've shown it.
Yeah, in some situations, yes.
And in some situations, we're talking about extreme situations here. Mm-hmm. They don't have the grace to have that because they are in that situation. They are judge, jury, and executioner. So they don't have the potential to be wrong. They are trained. They are trained officers, so they have to assess the situation. So if they go in someplace, somebody's waving a gun and doing whatever, they are trained to see, is this person going to hurt me? And because of systemic ways of the way that they see black people, that more often than not, that black person is seen as a threat as opposed to Billy being seen as a threat. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and again, in the vein of seeing and watching them do and assess, and again, still non-compliance, you're going to run into those situations. So
no, I disagree.
Yeah, and we can agree. We can agree to disagree, and I understand that.
People say non-compliance. Oh, he should have just complied. He should have just complied. Get the hell out of here.
Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
You know how many times white people don't comply
but put the gun down.
And they don't get shot?
But put the gun down.
So to blame that black person for not putting the gun down and getting shot, white people do it all of the time.
Put the gun down.
So if they can do it,
and if we know that there's a situation, and agree, that's where I'm going.
The victim.
No, I'm not blaming the victim.
You are.
Again, if I am pulled over, and the first thing I'm doing is cussing out law enforcement because they said, "Can we see your driver's license and your insurance?" And I'm cussing, man, y'all, this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. That is not going to create a good situation, in my opinion. And if you end up escalating the situation to where you could have showed your driver's license and your insurance and been on your way after they ran. I'm just saying, if you could have. No,
I shouldn't have to die for that.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't have to die.
You shouldn't. But if they also tell you,
when white people
move your hand from this, move your hand from that,
we have to understand.
We can't be non-compliant though.
No, we can be. We can be. Because
we shouldn't.
We can be because if they can do it, I should be able to do it too. So if they do that across the board, if every white person that is non-compliant is shot to death, what do you think the percentages are of a black person being non-compliant? Let me talk, Homer.
We got some other people
what do you think the percentages are of a black person?
It's not high as us, though.
What do you think the percentages are of a black person that's non-compliant as opposed to a white person that's non-compliant?
We've seen
ending with their life being taken.
We've seen it. We've seen the differences, and I agree.
It is doubly
and again,
so
I agree on that part.
It's my fault that I should have been compliant.
Bruh, I've seen some people.
It's not compliant, and they're still living.
Yeah, I've seen some people, bruh, that are too damn extreme. And it's like, bruh, you didn't even have to escalate this, sis. You didn't even have to escalate it to that. No, I'm talking about
as a police officer to deal with that escalation. It's not my job as a regular person.
But you have to be compliant. If you're going to not be compliant, then 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a situation, Dave.
Again, we have this conversation sometimes.
I know, and that's why I said we agree to disagree.
You regurgitate.
That's why I agree to disagree.
Tropes where they use against us to say you just have to be compliant. No, I don't have to be compliant. I am a citizen, just like Billy is a citizen. And if Billy can express himself and do what he wants to do and not die, I should be able to do the same. And because I can't do that, then the system in which you live in is racist, and the racist system is killing me.
I know that there's racism, and I know that there are racists, but everybody is not, bro.
So if I get upset,
everybody is not.
To de-escalate.
Everybody is not, though, bro.
It's not. I understand that.
Everybody
but
is not.
But it's not my fault as a private citizen. It's not my fault as a private citizen.
When you're not.
Homer.
You elevate yourself
as a private
for a chance to do that.
It's not my fault as a private citizen that this person who is trained in de-escalation is not able to de-escalate with me as a black man, but can de-escalate himself with Billy as a white man.
You cannot end up if you know, that's just like saying, okay, well, I know that if I go here, the likelihood of this is going to happen, the likelihood is that is going to happen. We can't even vote. We can't even come to damn community meetings. We can't even go to parent-teacher conference to find out what the hell is really going on, but then expect that a situation and a system that does have the same narrative in which you're talking about, which I said I agree in those narratives. What I'm saying is,
we're talking about life and death issues here.
But we are.
We're not talking
because
about
I see the violence
upon black people.
I see the violence that happens at parent-teacher conference because they're not coming in and they believe in. They believe
me being pulled over. People
have came up there with guns, bruh.
It's nothing.
So it does have to do with life or death.
People that
It does.
I have never seen somebody at a parent-teacher conference with a gun.
I have
seen a white
I've read
man
the criminal
come into
complaints.
school. I have seen a white man go into
I've
school
read the criminal
and shoot
complaints.
up everybody. I have seen a white man.
I can
blow
email
up
you
a
the criminal
building.
complaints.
But when he gets pulled over,
I can email
let
you
me
the criminal
finish.
complaints.
But when he gets pulled over,
I
he's
can
given
email
the
him.
grace of being upset, having a bad day.
I can email them.
I don't get to have a bad
I got
day.
receipts.
I don't get Homer. You keep talking over me.
No. We got to be able to have dialogue. We only got a couple of minutes left.
I'm talking.
But again, if you do, then I won't end up being able to. We got to be able to converse with each other.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's where I'm going.
Let me talk.
No,
I don't get to have. You keep talking over me. I don't get to have a bad day. As a black man, that's the bottom line.
You do.
A black man does not. A black man has a bad day. He dies.
No.
A white man has a bad day.
Not true.
He lives to tell you another day.
Not true all the time.
You don't know history.
Not true all the time. Not true all the time. It's true in some scenarios, but it's not true all the time.
It doesn't have to be. How many lives have to be lost for it to be true?
Well, again, some people say one.
How many lives?
Some people say one.
So then it's
some people say one. But I also support the death penalty. And sometimes there's some people that may not have deserved to go. But in the majority times, it is not that way. So I can't go in that. But let's do our closing.
Again, it's not my job to police myself. It is my job for this police officer to do his job. It's his job to learn the system and learn the people that he's policing and not come in guns blazing. I want the same effects that everybody else is getting.